So, welcome back to Graspable AI. Here's a video where we're going to look at some practical examples of how to use AI for learning. This is how students might use AI for learning if they try to do it in a good way and want to understand how this could work, goods and bads. The overall goal when you use AI as a learning tool should be that you should use AI to learn more, not to have AI do the thinking for you, which might sound kind of obvious, but it's easy to forget sometimes, and especially for students, it might be easy to forget. Just to get started, here's a neat little math problem I wrote some years ago, and I made a screen dump of this math problem and just fed it into a default chatbot without any particular settings. No explanation, just this math problem. And if I do this, the chatbot will think for a bit. I'm fast forwarding through this. And then it will solve the problem for you. Create a neat solution that I haven't checked it, but I'm pretty sure it's correct. This is not mathematics, that is any challenge for a modern chatbot. And this is having the chatbot thinking for the student, which isn't really what we want. Well, isn't at all actually what we want. This is ChatGPT, and a few chatbots like ChatGPT and also Gemini has a study mode that you can activate. And if you do that, you get a different and much better result. Same image, no extra prompt, just feeding this image. And then it's thinking again, and then it starts helping you, guiding you through this problem, starting in this case by asking, what level am I at? I'm saying algebra 2. Okay, great. Let's start with part A. What do you think about this? Your turn. Using this pattern, what functions? Well, and I'd say, I don't get it, which is a kind of common answer for students as well. And it goes through again, infinite patience, helps me think this through step by step, and guides me on the way, just like you want a tutor to do. And if you don't have a chatbot with a study mode, what could you do? Well, you can just prompt it to act like a study guide or a tutor. In this case, I'm prompting a kind of short prompt. Can you help me understand this problem? I don't want you to solve it for me, just guide me in how I should approach it. So being active, saying that I want to learn, you shouldn't do the work for me, you should just help me learn. That's the key. This chatbot, at first, well, it doesn't solve the problem for me, but it doesn't do a great job in helping me either. It gives me too much text, just goes through the entire problem at once, which is probably pretty overwhelming for a student. What to do? Well, just tell the chatbot, this is too much, one step at a time, please. And it follows my instructions and it helps me step by step instead. And I could again say, well, I don't get it, this is too difficult. And it will continue to help me and support me in my learning to its best ability. All right. So this is kind of the basics. Try to find a chatbot with study mode. It makes it easier. Otherwise, try to find a good prompt to use that you can give to students or something like that. And use follow-up dialogue to get more guidance from the chatbot. A few other examples before we finish this video. Examples of different ways you can use AI tools for helping learning. Explanations, for example. I'm pretending to be 16 years old and asking, how does chlorophyll work really? Explain and then give me some questions to see that I got it. Instead of just getting an explanation, I also have to practice some recall on this, the facts or the knowledge I'm given, because that makes it much easier to learn. So I'm becoming more active as a learner. All right. And I get a neat little explanation, which is probably at a good level for 16 years old. I'm not sure. I'm sure that it varies between different countries as well and different curriculum. But just, and this is the trick, pushing it further pushing myself further to become more of an active learner, not just getting an explanation, but also using the new knowledge in some way, retrieving the knowledge to strengthen the learning. Quizzing. Pretending I'm a 14-year-old and have a test on photosynthesis next week. Please quiz me. Another way of using the chatbot as a study buddy. And this might be at the wrong level, and then I tell it this is too easy, this is too hard. In this case, I'm following up on question number 4 here. Can you give me a clue for number 4? Which it does. And I could probably just ask it, tell me the answer to number 4 as well. But as long as I'm the active learner, I think this is going pretty well. Another way to practice knowledge, here's again, test on photosynthesis next week. I'm 14 years old. Please make a list of the 10 most important concepts, then make a short description for each, and let me try to make correct pairs. So this is a pair matching exercise. You could probably find 100 different ways of doing this to practice a topic. And I'm pretty sure I'm just getting these explanations right now, but I'm pretty sure that the chatbot as well could tell me whether I got the matches and the pairs right or wrong. Writing coach. I'm written an essay on photosynthesis. Please help me improve my writing. Don't rewrite the essay for me. I'm telling again that the chatbot shouldn't do the work for me, but help me learn. Point to things I should improve. The goal is to make me a better writer. I'm 12 years old. And telling the chatbot I'm 12 years old is kind of important because that helps it get to a suitable level. I could, of course, do that in the follow-up dialogue, but adding some more context in the beginning is often useful. All right, and this chatbot, I think, gives me too many advice to start with, and I could, of course, then ask it to just select one thing that I should practice on. In this case, I selected focus on varying my sentence structure and ask it to help me doing this, because I feel it's probably important for me, or something I've been struggling with. How can I get better at varying my sentence structure? Excellent question. And then it gives me some suggestions that I can think through and kind of practice or use in different ways. And then I get an idea. I should try to apply this on the essay that I've written. I can point to 5 places in the essay where I can practice this and then assess how well I'm doing. And then it selects 5 places that I should attempt to improve. And then I can give the essay back to the chatbot. I get some more feedback. All right. Finally, 2 examples from a tool called NotebookLM from Google. You can see the URL up here. It's useful for a number of different ways when you want to study. It's a tool where you feed in sources of different kinds. Could be YouTube videos, document, web pages, long texts, and then, well, you'll see in a moment. Right now, I'm just adding a link to the Wikipedia page for photosynthesis. And then it takes a minute or something before it's digested this. Gives me a summary of all the sources, in this case just one web page. And I could, for example, create flashcards. Again, it takes a few minutes, but then I get something that I could use to practice the content of the sources I've added. I could get explanations if I feel that I don't really understand the answer to the flashcard, and then move on. I could also just chat with the content here, ask questions of whatever I would like a standard chatbot fed with these sources. Another neat tool here is the audio overview that creates AI-generated podcast. You should actually explore this NotebookLM thing yourself, I think, but let's look at this anyway. You can just generate or give it some special instructions. In this case, I'm telling it I'm 9 years old, which hopefully helps it.
Have you ever looked at a
content.
really green leaf, maybe, on a towering tree, or even just a tiny sprout pushing through the pavement and just wondered, what's actually going on in there? It seems so still, so simple. But what if I told you that leaf is actually a bustling microscopic factory working tirelessly to power almost all life on our planet?
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into one of the most fundamental and frankly mind-blowing processes on Earth, photosynthesis.
Indeed. And you sent us a truly fascinating stack of sources all about this incredible process.
Right.
All right. And if English isn't the main language in your country, you can change it here into a number of different languages. Swedish is among them, good for me. Not all languages in the world, of course, but many of them. So it's worth checking that out. All right, those were the examples. You can find loads more, I'm sure. But for now, that'll be enough. The exercise for this video is to pretend to be a student and experience AI-assisted learning. I want you to choose a topic within a subject and pick a topic that students typically find challenging. And then act as a student and use AI to help learning this topic. Try some different approaches. The tools you've seen here or the approaches you've seen here or something else that you just come up with. And reflect on what feels most helpful for students. Are there some approaches that feels it might make the student passive learners and doesn't really help them learn? And also, do you notice some factual inaccuracies? Because even if modern chatbots are very good at the typical knowledge taught in schools, there might still be some inaccuracies, and that's, of course, well worth noticing. And if you write down experiences you get, that will probably help you guide students later on in using AI in a good way when learning. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in another video.